Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday to show you a fun new project. So hopefully you guys had a great day. We have Lucas today. We usually have him on Monday, but Cassie's been filling in for somebody that's on vacation, so we've been having him on Tuesdays for the last couple weeks, and he is so much fun. He's exhausting. Literally, we both are pretty exhausted. I think we're glad we had our kids when we were young, because I don't know if I could handle all of this every single day. One day a week and a few hours here and there, I can totally handle. But he is so much fun. It's so nice that he's mobile. We went outside, we went out back for about 30-45 minutes today, and he was just walking around the grass, and the dogs were following him around, and so yeah, it was a good day. Hopefully you guys had a good one as well. He took a really long nap today, but I did not nap with him. I was actually working on the retreat make and take, or retreat name tags, not the make and takes. Those are coming next week. So I was working on the retreat nameplates today, and they are so fun. I cannot wait to show you guys everything, all of your pillow gifts, all of your make and takes, and it is just going to be an amazing time. I did send an email out a little bit ago. Will be the last week to register, so if you are on the fence, I do have a few spots left. So definitely register soon. Otherwise, I am going to close it next week just so I can concentrate on having all of the make and takes and everything prepped and ready for you guys to arrive. So good evening, everybody. Hello, Bev. Hello, Anna, Valerie. Yes, Bev, I'm so excited too. I can't wait. All of the pillow gifts are phenomenal. So today's project, I don't do many belly band cards. Not that I don't like them, not that I don't know. I don't know why I don't do many belly band cards, but this card definitely needs a belly band, and I really didn't focus too much on decorating the card. I really concentrated on the sentiment and the designer series paper. So sometimes you really don't have to think too hard on decorating. You can just let the designer series paper and your sentiment do all of the talking for you. Okay, let's scoot you over so we can start. So this, let me just triple check and make sure we're live on my iPad. And we are good. Perfect. Okay, so this is the stamps that I am going to be using. It is the Awash Beauty Designer Series paper. I am not pulling in the stamp set or the dies. Maybe another Facebook Live I can do that, but for this one, I just wanted to focus on the Designer Series paper. So sorry, I had to switch over my iPad because it connected to my earpods. So this is the Designer Series paper that we're going to be focusing on, but it does come as a bundle. So you can get the Designer Series paper, the stamp set, and the dies for one price, and it's under one number as well. So it's easy if you'd like that size. So let me get that out of the way. Let me bring in the Designer Series paper. So the one side is more of a print, and the back side is kind of more subtle, just our designer series or our cardstock colors. So it is absolutely gorgeous. If you haven't played with this, you definitely will want to. Okay, so there's our paper and the stamp set we're using, or not the stamp set. This is the stamp set we're using. Charming Sentiments. I went in and I pulled out, let's see if I can do this without dropping everything out. I pulled out the center piece of paper and I photocopied this. I just put it on regular photocopy paper, but I just felt it was a little overwhelming to know exactly what dies fit what sentiments. So after I photocopied this, I went through and I cut every single one of them out, and then I just put a little bit of adhesive on the back of this. And now, technically, it's supposed to go that way, but I think the dies fit a little bit better when they're flat against the magnetic sheet. So that is how I organized this set. If you haven't gotten it, I definitely suggest this set. It has amazing sentiments and the dies that match it. And you also get these little extra dies that are in here. And we're going to be using this heart on the card that we're going to be doing. I already pre-cut everything, but I just wanted to kind of show you. And this little sunburst, starburst, I don't really know what that is, but that goes on top of the candle like it's the glowing. So it is definitely a fun set. So that's the stamp sets and dies that we're going to be using. So let's see, who is just logging on? Did I miss anybody? My comments were off. So hello, Jill. Yes, Anna, you are coming to the second one. Can't wait. Okay, let's bring in the card we're going to be making. So this is today's card. So here is the belly band, and I don't do much usually with belly bands, but the way this card is cut and scored, it does need something to help hold it closed. So if you pull off the belly bands and you're going to open it, you have a nice area to write your sentiments. So it is kind of a fun fold with the belly bands, and your belly band just slides right back inside. And I did wishing you everything wonderful with a little heart on the side. So nothing tragic, dramatic with the decorating it, because I wanted to let the designer series paper do the talking for me. Okay, let's get started. We are going to cut and score our paper for this card. I just wanted to give everybody a nice visual. Sorry, there's a piece of paper stuck in my trimmer. There it is. So I wanted to give everybody a visual on how to do this. So I have a piece of our thick basic white, and it's 8.5 by 11. So this is just a normal sheet of our cardstock. I'm going to slide it in so the 8.5 inch side is up at the top, and I'm just going to line it up to the 5.5 inch mark. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. So now I have 5.5 by 11. So you only get one card out of one sheet of cardstock doing this specific design. Usually we get two, but this one we're only getting one. So our extra piece that we have left over is, I think, 3 inches by 11. We want to cut this piece to 1 1/4 by 11. So I'm just going to take this, and we're going to use this for our belly band. So I'm going to set that aside. And this piece, even though it's the thick basic white, I actually just stamped my sentiment on it and ran it through the embossing machine, and I didn't have to waste much paper. So you can get quite a few sentiments out of this scrap, so definitely don't throw it away. So there is all of our cutting. Hello, Darlene and Jessica. So let's bring back our card base. So remember, we cut it at 5.5 inches by 11. So now we need to do a couple score marks. So we are going to score this 3 times. Once at 1 3/4. We're going to come over here to 5.5 and score. And then we're going to come over and score at 9 3/4. So there's 3 score marks. 1 3/4, 5.5, and 9 3/4. So those are your only score marks. But I just wanted to show you how to cut the cardstock prior to scoring it. So now what we're going to do is grab our bone folder and give all of these a good crease. And it really, at this point, doesn't matter which way you fold and crease, because once we get this all put together, we're going to bend it back around to the way we want it to open. Okay, so I've already folded and scored on all of our creases. So now we are going to make our fold. So there is our fold. Isn't that super cute and super easy? I literally was pretty much flabbergasted on how easy this was to put together. So our first card, you do need some designer series paper, and you can actually get 4 cards out of one sheet of 12 by 12 with just a smidgen left over. So our first piece, this is 3.5 inches by 5 1/4. That is going to lay right here, so we can go ahead and glue this down. Oh man, is my glue out? Let's not fight with that one, and let's just grab another one. There we go. So we're going to add some adhesive to the back, And I'm going to lay this right on the inside, just making sure I have all of the seams on all four sides. Yes, Jessica, the paper is gorgeous. I love it. Bev, it is so easy. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Vicki. Okay, so there's our first piece. Now we're going to flip this piece back. And this piece of designer series paper is 1.5 inches by 5 1/4. So that one is going to go here. But on my original card, I wanted to offset the color a little bit. So I flipped it over so it had kind of the two-toned, three-toned, I don't know what it is, look on it. So I'm going to put adhesive on the back side. Oh, well, snap, crackle, pop. I might need some more adhesive over here. So we're going to lay that right there. And then our last piece is going to be this little flap. And this piece is 1 inch by 5 1/4. So everything is 5 1/4 inches long. And it's just the 3 different sizes. So we have 3.5, 1.5, and 1. And this one is going to go right here. And you could really even, if you wanted to, dress up the inside. So you could dress up this flap. You could even dress up this flap if you wanted to. Or you could add some more designer series paper to the other side. So possibilities are endless with this. Okay, and remember that strip that we cut out of our card base? So now we're going to use it. So many people do belly bands different. I like fast and easy. So it's the 11 inches. So I'm just going to lay this on and I'm going to wrap this around. I'm going to wrap this around and I'm going to lift up this flap, add some glue. I don't want to go too far over just in case I go too far. So I'm going to come over here to this side and just put a smidgen right on the end. Well, it works better when you have glue. So I just put a little smidgen on the side so it'll hold that down. Now I'm going to close that. And yes, I did put the seam in the front. I don't know if many of you are probably gasping in your seats, but the seam is in the front for a reason. Because we are going to cover it with our sentiment and this designer series paper. If you put it in the back, which it's not tragic either, but you would see the seam in the back. But this way, we're going to cover it up with our sentiments. So there is that. And now we have our designer series paper. And another easy way to do the designer series paper is the same exact way. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to set this in the center. Wrap this around, wrap that around, and voila. And we're just going to put some adhesive on it. Now, I went ahead and took it off, and I just put a smidgen of glue around. It's probably overkill, probably don't need that much, but. And then I'm going to come in and make sure this is lined up. Here we go. Just give that a good press for a second. This flap will lift up because we haven't attached that yet. So now we can bring this up. And you can pretty much just put adhesive on this guy. And you could cut these extra flaps out if you wanted to. I didn't think it was necessary. There you go. Look how easy peasy doing a belly band is. I have the sentiment and my little hearts. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals. And I only want dimensionals on the center part of your sentiments. If you go too far up, I actually think this one doesn't go higher than our belly band. But if it does, you just want to be careful that you don't glue your card shut. And I think I need a little mini dimensional, and not quite sure where they went, but that's okay. I will just cut out an edge for our hearts. Hopefully that's not too big. I'm going to put my heart right there. So there you go. That is how easy these cards are to put together. Okay, we have 2 more. I don't know if we'll get to both of them, but I do have them prepped, so we might as well put them together. Again, it's our basic whites. I won't go over all of the measurements and score marks again. I did put it in the video before we went live, and I went over it in the beginning. So if you want to remake these cards, you can definitely rewatch the video. So I went ahead and scored. So now I'm just going to do my folding. Give that another good crease. Yes, it is so easy, Anna. Thank you, Jessica. Oh, yeah. I actually was just texting Johnny right before I went live, Tracy. So yes, we were talking. Okay, so this one, I think I might do a little bit different. So I think I might do it this way. Yes, I think I'm going to. I love this designer series paper, but I love both sides of it. That's what's hard about knowing which side to use. I love both sides of it. So I'm going to put that on the inside, flip our flap over. Say that 10 times fast. Not quite sure what you'll get if you do. I'm going to put that piece there. And then our last piece. And this one, I think the belly band is going to be the flowers and leaves parts. So there we go. Oh, these are absolutely fun. So gorgeous. Belly band time. That one went together pretty easy. Sometimes you have to kind of wiggle it around to make sure it's even, but that one went well. Hold that together. You do want to put a little bit of pressure on it until it attaches. Green glue is pretty instantaneous, but it does give you a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, absolutely gorgeous. I honestly don't know which one I love better. Oh. We're going to have to trim that off because I didn't go over quite enough. And I don't want it to bend back over. So I will come in and trim that off. There we go. And the good thing about it is it doesn't really matter if your lines are straight because it's all getting covered up. So put some adhesive on here. And let's put this back on. Here we go. Give that a good hold. I will hold that while I'm putting some dimensionals on this sentiment. I grabbed 2 at the same time. Perfect. And 3 is definitely overkill for as tiny as this is, but it's your card. You can put 12 on there if you want to. And then let's snap a little piece for our hearts. And I might just go ahead and put the last one together. It's going together pretty quickly. There you go. Okay, last one, and it's the same designer series paper, so I think I will do the opposite side and see which ones you guys like better. One nice thing about these cards is it is definitely a wow card. Sorry, I'm getting all confused. There we go. It is definitely a wow card, and it doesn't take much to put this guy together. Okay, so let's do the opposite side. Come on, let's just get enough glue to finish this card. Well, there's that one. And remember, you can get 4 of these cards out of 1 sheet of designer series paper. And you have just a smidgen left over. Barely a smidgen, I think. Perfect. A little bit left and we are done. This would actually be a really good card for the office because lots of people can sign it. They could sign both sides, the little flap, and then the back, or they could even sign that flap also. So this would definitely be one for an office card to sign. So wrap. Make sure it's all lined up. Tap the glue when you're running out. Jump up and down with it. Do anything you can to squeeze out the last part of the glue. Oh, I needed to go all the way over. See, I almost did it again. Perfect. Give that a good pinch so it scores it for you. Put some adhesive on here. Now don't be talking while you're doing this card and accidentally put adhesive on your whole card instead of just the belly bands. I can probably see many of us doing that. And I'm raising my hand because that is definitely something I would do. Oh, we might have just enough glue. There we go. Let's fold that down while I put some dimensionals. Multitasking at the finest. Peel those off. And then I will bring all of these cards back in. And you guys tell me which one you like the best. I really can't decide. They are definitely all beautiful and fun. And sometimes you don't have to think too hard on decorating your card. You can just go with the flow and let the designer series paper do all the talking. Let's put them this way. Let's see if all four of them will fit. Yeah, I think it all fits. So there you go. Wishing you everything wonderful, and that is exactly what I wish for every one of you, and safe travels coming down to the retreat. It is literally going to be so much fun, and I cannot believe it is 15 days away. Like, I am so excited. I cannot wait. Hopefully, the RV garage will be cleaned out within the next couple days, and then I can start moving everything in, and I can have a huge craft room for a couple days. Anyway, if you guys need anything, please feel free to let me know. I did send another email. There is a few more spots left in either weekend or both weekends of the retreat, but I will be closing it early next week just so I can start prepping the make and takes. Okay, if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. If not, I will see everybody for another live on Thursday at 7. We'll chat with you soon. Bye-bye.